filmmaking industry and you had to know Star Wars. I'm like, I know these things. At the time, I was working for a company called Frantic Films, which was a visual effects company here in Winnipeg. That gave me the background of filmmaking and the knowledge, ability of being able to talk about the filmmaking process. And the thing is, honestly, I knew that anyway. I was the kind of kid who read Cinefex magazine, I read Starlog, I read as much as I could, not only about the fictional world, but what it took to bring that fictional world onto the screen. I felt like I could do this job. So as a lark, I just applied for it. I contacted my friend Steve Sansweet and said, Steve, just to let you know, I'm going to apply for this job. Can I put your name as a reference? And he said no. I'm like, well, why not? Because I'm on the hiring committee for this job. So, good news, bad news, definitely all good news, you know. So, great. So I didn't have to put him as a reference. I interviewed. I went to Lucasfilm in January of 2000. Leaving Winnipeg in January is a blessing, regardless of where you're going. But being able to go to Northern California and Skywalker Ranch, this lush pastoral estate, it's Escape from the Winter of Winnipeg. I go there. I spend the day interviewing, and by the end of that day, they offered me the job. So that gave me a month to pack up everything I own, and I moved down to California in February of 2000. And I've been there ever since. I started writing for the website. That was my first job at Lucasfilm. I was the main writer for StarWars.com. This is what the website looked like, you know, back in 2000. It was pretty primitive, but, you know, it got the job done. My primary job was helping inform the fan community about what was happening with Lucasfilm at the time. At the time, we were making Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, so I would write the updates, I would give behind-the-scenes stuff, and I would fill out the other sections of the website as well. And it was all fairly anonymous. Nobody knew who was writing StarWars.com. I knew. I was quite happy to be writing it, but nobody really knew in the world. And that kind of changed in a big way in 2003. One of the things that Lucasfilm experimented at the time was they were trying to answer the question, how does anyone make money on the internet? And apparently, I think that question is still being asked to this day. But anyway, what they were going to do back in 2003 is they turned the fan club into a section of the website. So if you paid a subscription fee to become a member of the Star Wars fan club, you get content that no one else got. And what that meant is you'd get articles written by me because I was down in Australia during the making of Episode 3, watching the movie be made. And I would write a daily report. The word blogging hadn't been invented yet. Boy, that makes me feel old, huh? I was blogging from the set of Episode 3, telling everyone what was happening, and that was my job. I'd be there every day. I'd rub shoulders with a lot of amazing talents, a lot of celebrities, a lot of great people who were making Star Wars. And here are some photos from me on the set. That's where Chancellor Palpatine was held captive until he was rescued by Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's me on that set. Of course, you see that chair, you got to sit there. You got to do it. Right? Here's me in the creature shop meeting a Wookiee. Yes, he is that tall, and yes, I am that short. That's that. And then here is this. Oh boy. So in 2004, while this movie's still being made, the costume department in ILM said, "Hey, you want to be in it?" I'm like, sure, yeah, great. I'm going to be in Star Wars. I'm going to be this guy wearing this ridiculous outfit. I'm an opera house patron in Episode 3. When Anakin Skywalker and Chancellor Palpatine are talking about the legend of Darth Plagueis, and they're sitting there in the opera box, I am on the lower deck, walking across, apparently either bored by the zero-G ballet that's going on there, or trying to find a popcorn stand or something. There's an amazing show going on, and I'm just walking around. So that's me. Next time you watch Episode 3, look for me. I'm there. Don't have an action figure yet. Go figure. I named my character Janu Godali, which is it's called a Tuckerism. You hide someone's real name and a Star Wars name or any fictional name. And that's my dad's name all mixed around. That was sort of my gift to my dad. Your name is now used for ridiculous looking Star Wars characters. You're welcome. Yeah.